What y'all doing? I was just informed I'm not gonna be able to do a story tomorrow because I can't pre-film one today because I have meetings, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be in meetings and I have to edit some really important deadline things. Ben's just in there keeping me in the meetings and keeping me busy. But I do have on 2 different blushes. I filmed that. It's the 2 Dior blushes. One's Candy, and y'all are the story fam. Y'all don't have to wait for the video. And then this is the shade Pink, the PH blushes. This is the new formula. I don't know how many new formulas we need, but I did buy those. And then I bought another stick one, but I don't know what I did with that. But on Thursdays, we just talk about makeup. So it's all fun and games until Armani has 30% off their actual site. So if you've ever wanted to try one of these, or you think you're close to my skin tone, because out of all the eyeshadows I have, this is still the most perfect match for my skin tone. Okay, and at 30% off, I think it would be worth it. So y'all actually told me that they were having a sale, so there that is, the link to the site. This is that Essence Stick Foundation. For this price, this wore absolutely beautifully. I got 8 hours. Okay, I was getting a little shiny, but I mean, let's just keep it real. I was getting a little bit shiny, but nothing melty, nothing absolutely chaotic, and I was outside a lot. I was outside a lot after I got done. And also, most of us are not afraid of a little powder touch-up. So, but that's my thing. When I do a wear test, I don't want to do touch-ups because I really want to put it to the test. I want to just, you know, put it on, sit on the couch, and then do a bunch of touch-ups. It's not how we do it. But this is fantastic. There are so many shades and it's so affordable. I'm pretty sure it's at Ulta. I should probably double check that, but I feel like Essence normally is, and I wouldn't know why this wouldn't be there. I wear 170. 170 is going to be my perfect summer shade. Also, this is something I discovered. Love this, 10 out of 10, but I did get it on my eyeshadow. I sprayed it earlier, and I don't know if you know me, my eyeshadow never creases, and this is the only variable. So don't get it on your eyeshadow because it will melt the powder. I haven't had this on that long either. Just something to note. But I did want to tell y'all because a lot of us are going to go buy this. And I love this, but if I was going to spray it, I would do this. I didn't do that. I let it get all up in there. So just something to think about. Okay, so update on these. I like them. I reach for them. I think that they are really nice, not wildly pigmented. And the reason that I don't always want to reach, we need wildly pigmented, okay? We don't ever turn down wildly pigmented. That can serve deeper skin tones. We need that. But sometimes there are instances where we're in a hurry and we really have to think about the pigmentation. And I feel like this is a formula that you can just kind of throw on mindlessly. There are darker shades in this, but these are the 3. I actually bought another one, which I will swatch for you. But these are a really nice, quick, pretty stick blush. And I'm not telling you that we need to add one to your collection. We probably already have enough. But if you would like to know my thoughts on them, I do like them and I do reach for them. This is Rosewood. This is the one that I did just purchase. They're very, very wet, which means they're very easy to blend, but then they're not so wet that it's just a slippery slop mess. But you can see what I'm talking about in terms of blending. It's just very, very forgiving, easy, really becomes friends with just about any kind of formula you already have on your face. Aside from a powder foundation, I would wear it under the powder foundation, but I would go really, really intensely. That smells like root beer. That is so much fun. Ooh, I bought this, and you know what? Every time I put it on, I feel like it looks kind of dull. I actually don't have it on right now because I don't love the color, and I don't want to invest in another one because I already know I love my YSL. Also, this one smells like gardenias. And fun fact, I think I'm allergic to gardenias. That's for another time, maybe even another page. But I still like my YSL more. I just feel that I'm gonna swatch the Dior next to it. I feel that the YSL, they look very, very, very similar, but the YSL just feels more like a gel. And you know what? They look different. Look at this one, how it's kind of sitting there. and how smooth the YSL, that's the YSL, the one I'm wiggling. That's the Dior on my middle finger. So there is something special here that I can't get away from. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm actually allergic to gardenias. We're gonna go take a Zyrtec right now. I'm posting an ad tonight for Laura Geller, and this is not an ad. This is me saying that when you see that, and if this does interest you at all, this is the Baked Balance in Brighten. As you can see, I don't really like it very much because I don't use it very often. Get a shade lighter than you think. Y'all, I'm in my tan era, okay? I'm getting tan. For me, I'm light medium. Give me till July, I will be right at the door of a medium skin tone. I would still wear fair in this formula. This is Baked Balance and Brighten. The ad is for this kit to where you'll get this and this together, which I'm gonna get you a link. And just so you can go look at it, I don't want you to feel like that, but what I'm telling you is that when you do see it, I hope you see this first, and I remind you to go lighter. That's a good time. Also, use it wet. I love baked makeup for that. I feel like we've already talked about the Ulta eyeshadows. What else have we tried this week? The stick. Do y'all ever notice I do this? I don't know why. Ooh, my new Visearts. I talked about them really briefly yesterday, but this is the most fun I've ever had. I retired my other one. My other one's probably 10 years old. Yes, it's expired. But I do spray them with 70% alcohol. Especially once they start to get a little bit older, I'll start to really spray them after each use. But I don't want to create bad habits for you, but I also know that most of us are going to keep expired palettes. So it just is what it is. I've wanted this palette for as long as I can remember. This is the warm palette. And then I have this one. Those are the two I recently bought. This one is probably the most famous. When I think Viseart, I think of this palette. I wanted this palette so bad when I was younger. And these are all the palettes that I keep super close to me. And last but not least, there's this one. This is the Cool Mattes. So this is neutral mattes. There I am in between there. And then warm mattes. So I'm set on mattes. But to me, this is more of an artist collection. I don't feel like any of us need all of these. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I've got to add them because Rose has them. This is something that I do every single day. This is what I based my life on. And this is something as a very young artist, it's almost an accomplishment for me. Some people, when they get to a certain point in their career, they acquire other things. For me, having a big Viseart collection is my thing. You know what I did put on my vanity so we can use it very soon? These MBA Cosmetics shadows. These are single shadows. God, now I'm breaking them. They didn't break. They don't even look real. What? Duochromes. Look at this flip. Look at that. I'm so excited to create with these. So I put these right next to me so we can start to use these. What was that? You want to put one on? Okay. Let's put on one of these more sheer ones. But let me wet my lid a little bit. I'm just going to do a hydrating spray. I'm going to use my LMS hydrating. Okay. Let's give it a second. Let me let that dry down for like 20 seconds. All right, this is the shade Phantom Rainbow. I'm going to pick it up on an E28. There it is. Look at how strong that flip is. This is flipping in direct light. Give it to me. That is stunning. I'm honestly speechless. That is such good quality. Scrumptious. Well, I look cute. This is so good. I went to get you a link. I can't stop looking at this. This is stunning. Creepy baby doll just for y'all. Imagine this with a black base too. Oh, I love it. So I'm gonna wash my face after this, so why not just swatch these two? Let's actually swatch all of them. Act like I have to go do something. I actually have so much to do, but I don't think I have to do any more makeup. So here's Butterfly Galaxy. Gorgeous. What's this one? Spiral Galaxy. Oh. Wow. Wow. I love makeup. It's just my little happy painting time. This one is Starburst Galaxy. Oh, wow. Now remember, these are duochromes. But since there's not, I didn't grab that one right, but since there's not, oh, there you go. You can start to see the flip there. It's, what you're getting with the duochrome is lighting from different areas. So if I block the light, you see how, oh, that's a good flip. She has some of the best flips I think I've seen. But it's about blocking the light and then a different part of that pigment catches the light. I hope that makes sense. Most of us know, but we can't just be assuming. And this one is Fireworks Galaxy. Scrumptious. Ooh, yeah, you can see it there. And then I'm gonna wipe off, I'll just leave that and I'll do it on the other side. Again, I'm about to go wash my face. Got my Sheila here. So that's the one we have on our lids. And then what shade is this one? This is Solar Rainbow. So this is like the rainbow collection. Let me let this slide stop. So here's Solar Rainbow. That is wild. Okay, and then Cosmic Rainbow. Gorgeous. And then the last one of this kind of rainbow collection is Infinite Rainbow. We're putting this in the middle of my forehead. Whee! So I think next week we should just do a look. I want to start with these. I feel like these are really fun for spring. We're going to get to these, but I want to do the softer kind of opalescent pastel-y ones. I want to do those first, and I feel like we should just do, we're not going to count this as a look, but I think we should do a look, at least as many as we can next week. Now I want to wipe this off and already film a look with them. This is what happens. Y'all, I love makeup. I was thinking about, editing, but now I want to come back in here, take all of this off and film again because this is just so inspiring and so much fun. One more thing. This is actually skincare. I have this at my Makeup Vanity, and whenever I come up here, I've been putting this. So this is a neck and chest serum, and I feel that my chest, I have no makeup on it. It looks more even. And I just feel that even any of the sun damage that I might have on it looks a little less visible. So that is something I wanted to note. I love Alpen. It's actually one of my favorite skincare brands. I feel like they're very thoughtful with their releases, and the products actually do something, but then they're not that product that kind of just burns your skin off. So there's no other way to describe it. That's my experience. So I'm really seeing a difference with this. So it's just, you can do it AM and or PM, and I only do it in the daytime, right when I come and sit down, and I do see a difference. But out of all of the blushes, and this is in terms of dewy, this is the longest lasting, and I wanted to mention it because of the sale, and I'm going to show you on the back of my hand. Okay, nothing on my hand. I'm gonna put this on. And remember, they have a matte formula and a dewy formula. And when it comes to dewy, it doesn't normally last, right? We know this. I'm gonna put a little bit more on the back of my hand. I'm going to use the D1 to smooth it out. Again, dewy formula. You got to keep that in mind. That's why I know I'm yapping, but this is important. Now we're going to let this dry and then I'm going to show you something. Once they dry, look, they don't move. Now there's sparkle, but there's not the pigment. That is pretty impressive, seeing as a lot of dewy formulas like this one, I love it. Yes, I'm going to use it, but it doesn't dry down. So the wear time sometimes isn't always the best. And I feel like that's why they have these. I'm just going to talk like that so you can set them so they actually do last. But the Armani ones, I feel like these are very, very special. And again, they are going to have a little bit of shimmer to them. They are the shiny ones. Here, I'm going to take it out of focus just well you can see. But I just think that that is exceptional how they're there and they don't move once they dry down. They're self-setting. And I bought it with my own money. Laura Geller didn't even know that I existed. And I did a review and I was like, whoa, this is delightful. So it's a product that really does hold a special place in my heart because it was just such an organic, I guess, beginning. And I just think that's so cool. And I feel like that's the way that it should be. Even same thing with the Anissa brushes. And here we are. So yeah, it's really fun and it's just incredible to have so many friends on this makeup journey with me. And we're all just having so much fun. I had the sweetest message today about how someone, I won't go into too much detail, but just how I have been a part of their life, not only their makeup life, but their life, and their dog knows me and they get excited to watch it together. And I was bawling my eyes out. I love it here. And I love you with all of my heart. And I appreciate you. I love you with all of my heart, and I'll see you tonight in the comments.